Fight about to start.
Shawn, what's next?
I think we got Errol Spence next, man. We'll see.
Is that a pay-per-view fight?
Oh yeah, it's a pay-per-view fight.
We're definitely looking forward to that.
You've seen now that I can box. If you haven't seen that already, I boxed pretty well against Adrian Gonzalez. A lot of movement in that fight. Also some
Garcia fight.
Also some aggression, but he allowed me to use aggression against him. Danny Garcia, he expected me to come after him for 12 rounds. I boxed against him for probably 6 or 7 rounds and then turn it on from there. There's been a number of fights in the past, and then obviously, a fight with Keith Thurman where you had to be 100%, and there were just times where I wasn't 100%, got caught and made some of those rounds close. But I used effective aggression against him. I used my intelligence against him. Did I use that 100%? No. And, I think that if anything, that's why I didn't get the decision in that fight. But saying all that to say, in a fight against Errol Spence, it has to be 100%, and it has to be everything that you've seen at the right times. And the best part about it is I'm not afraid to do it, and I know I have what it takes to do it. I think the number one thing that I've gotten back to myself, there was a point in my career where I was fighting every couple months. And so the coin phrase is stay ready so you don't have to get ready. Once I, became a champion, and so on and so forth, over the last few years, and, fighting once or twice here and there, or whatever, became a thing of, if I'm not going to fight, then I'm not going to train the way I have always trained. So that's what I'm getting back to. I'm getting back to, I'm already back in the gym. I'm already back on my conditioning drills. I'm already back doing everything that it takes to be ready for whenever that call comes for that fight. So,
how will you be prepared mentally for that?
This fight, I'll be prepared like I've always been prepared. I think, if anything, more prepared because I understand how big of an opportunity this is, and not from a pressure standpoint, but just the energy that I'm going to put into getting prepared, and the energy that I'm going to have to put out the night of the fight. I think that's why everything, all the levels are just going to raise. We did the last camp out here against Ugas. My dad says that he wants to come out here, kind of go back and forth from here in Vegas, so that we can get some of DC, some of the headbangers, and continue to do it the Porter way, And
combination.
Man, and just put it all together. That's how it's supposed to come together.
Now, your willingness to fight Spence kind of reminds me of former welterweight champion Shane Mosley, as he kind of stepped up against all of the fighters that were out there. It didn't matter, who it was, how popular they were, how dangerous they were. How do you see yourself being kind of similar to Shane Mosley in that way, that you like to fight anybody no matter what?
Well, you know what? I've always admired Shane. I've always admired Shane's skills and skill set. To me, when he was at the top of his game, he couldn't be beat. He was, to me, he still is one of the most explosive fighters I've ever seen. And so from that standpoint, I've always wanted to be a lot like him, and also a lot like Marvelous Marvin Hagler. Blessed enough am I to have met Marvin Hagler and find out that the same man that I've tried to emulate and be like since I was 12 or 13 years old, I'm a lot like him, like I always wanted to be, both in and out of the ring. And the same goes for Shane Mosley. I've been blessed enough to be around him, blessed enough to have him work with me and teach me some things, and just kind of blow my mind in the ring at how he knows those just pro tactics and things like that, So for me to meet those two men that I've always admired, and to see that I'm a lot like those guys, both in and out of the ring, is definitely encouraging, and is the energy that I need to get ready for a fight like this. You talk about me taking on a guy that nobody really wants to take on. Well, once I look back and I see that Shane did it, and who he did it against, see how he put it down, now I understand that works. I look at Marvin Hagler, and Marvin had to go in other people's backyards just to get the job done. I might have to go into his backyard in Dallas to get the job done. But Marvin did it. I love Marvin. I'm going to do it too. You know what I mean? So to me, man, it's just, as I talk to you guys, I can just see all the puzzle pieces come together. And, you know, right now, all of it is just talk. I got to get in there and do it, man. The best part about it is, like I said before, man, I'm not afraid to get in there and do it.